Hello everyone. Welcome to my YNR 24 spoilers. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nick and Sharon dash to Noah's bedside. According to spoilers for Tuesday, November 4th, 2025's episode of The Young and the Restless, Nikki is concerned about Claire's decision-making. Holden is hiding a secret for Audra, and Sharon and Nick are racing to Noah's bedside. The Young and the Restless next episodes. Will The Young and the Restless reveal Sienna's relationship with Noah? Since his vehicle accident, which was probably not really an accident, Noah has been in the hospital, covered in bandages, and not doing well. In an effort to learn more about what might have caused Noah's collapse, Sharon and Nick have been dividing their time between being by his bedside and investigating persons Noah knows in Los Angeles. Watch for Sharon and Nick to dash to Noah's bedside on Tuesday's episode. Is their son's change for the worse or for the better the reason they're heading there? Watch to find out. Lies and secrets. Audra, Claire, and Holden on The Young and the Restless. Holden and Audra may or may not be revealing their Los Angeles background. Watch for Holden to conceal something from Audra on Tuesday's episode. What exactly happened to these two when they were residents of Los Angeles? Audra has consistently rejected Holden's attempts to build rapport with her. Will she behave a little more amiably with Holden as a result of him maintaining her secret? And does Noah, who is also in Los Angeles, have anything to do with this secret? And has a history with Audra? Right now, there are more questions than answers. Nikki is the most knowledgeable. Nikki and Claire on The Young and the Restless. Following Claire's elevation and increased responsibilities at Newman Media, Nikki approved her vacation to Los Angeles. But she's been there for some time. Claire emphasized to Kyle that she was only in the City of Angels for pleasure and that Holden was merely a friend. Keep an eye out for Nikki's decision-making anxiety on the episode. Is this a reference to her outburst with Holden, or maybe to the amount of time she has decided to take off from work? Watch to find out. Lucas Adams gives a sneak peek at Noah Newman's future. Viewers of The Young and the Restless have been gazing at Noah while he lies in a hospital bed, covered in bandages. On Tuesday, November 4th, Lucas Adams, who plays Noah, will make his official debut, giving viewers a chance to see more of the character. Noah's plot in The Young and the Restless. Lucas Adams on The Young and the Restless. When Adams was given the chance to try out for YNR, he wasn't entirely aware what role he was reading for. Adams initially attracted the attention of soap opera fans when he was cast as Days of Our Trip in 2017. I didn't know the official character when I was first doing the audition process because it was all very hush-hush, he said to TV Insider. The actor believed that the audition had gone well, and he was happy to be placed on the part of the Newman heir. However, Adams claims that he had enough information to know that it was a fun job, and he deduced that the part was Nick and Sharon's kid, who had been living in London for a while. Actor Rory Gibson, who currently plays Michael on General Hospital, portrayed Noah before Adams was cast. One large, contented family. Tamara Braun and Lucas Adams on The Young and the Restless. Adams recently told Soap Central about his initial appearance on the soap in 2012, when Wesley, his one-day role, became enamored with Diana DeGarmo's Angelina. This is not just the star's full circle event. Trip, Days' son, is Ava's son. Additionally, the actor's mother, Sherry, is a devoted YNR viewer who understands what an honor it is to be playing a Newman, given the family's prominence on the show. Stephen Nichols, Adams's father from Days, played Tucker on YNR and was able to tell his former TV son that he was going to a wonderful place. Yes, they have similar tendencies, but it's really nice to get to play a completely different and go down this long, twisting, turning road, says Adams, who is delighted to be playing a role different from his alter ego in Salem. Don't be shocked to see Noah still in bandages from his horrific car accident when Adams makes his debut. The scene develops. The eerie silence that only comes before grief or miracles permeates the early air at Memorial Hospital in Genoa City. Sharon and Nick Newman are stopped in shock as fluorescent lights flicker over the hallway. Just now, they received the most dreaded call. Noah's health has altered. Sharon's heels reverberate like gunshots in the silent, sterile hallways as she races through them, each stride creating a rhythm of fear and prayer. Nick steadies her with a gentle hand on her back, but his own heart is racing with worry that he might lose his son. Memories of Noah's first steps in the Newman Ranch living room, his teenage mischievous smile, and his restless creative energy when he departed for London to find himself flash through their minds as they get closer to Noah's room. He is now laying there, pallid and covered in bandages, halfway between life and death. Sharon is almost brought to her knees by what she sees when she pushes open the door. The area is dominated by tubes, monitors, and the steady hum of equipment. Noah's once bright eyes are still covered in bandages and bruises. Time is measured by a steady, purposeful, and ruthless beeping sound. Just as Sharon falters, Nick catches her and whispers, "He's still here, Sharon." He continues to battle. The enigma grows. Noah's experience isn't merely an accident, at least not in the perspective of those who know him. There are several levels of mystery behind the crash that sent him into this precarious situation. Details haven't added up, despite investigators first dismissing it as a single-vehicle collision on a wet Los Angeles road. Witnesses say they saw a black SUV following him prior to the collision, and the brake lines revealed evidence of tampering. Nick won't let it go because his protective and fatherly instincts have always been extremely keen. In between hospital stays, he has been contacting people in Los Angeles to learn more about Noah's recent endeavors, acquaintances, and colleagues. While keeping watch by Noah's side, Sharon has been discreetly assembling pieces from his emails, sketches, and text messages. His art was always the key to his feelings. In one illustration, a man with a scar close to his jawline is standing next to a dark woman with piercing eyes. It's unsettling how much Audra looks like Holden, a man from her past. The secret of Holden. Holden battles his own conscience in other parts of Genoa City. His relationship with Audra Charles has always been one of those tales that people discuss in private but never publicly. Holden and Audra formerly shared more than just an office in Los Angeles. They also shared goals, secrets, and maybe even guilt. Holden is now trapped by the weight of his knowledge as Noah battles for his life. Fierce and calm as ever, Audra pays Holden a visit in his modern abode and demands quiet. Only someone who has been burnt by her before may fully comprehend the warning that flashes in her eyes. She paces the room and growls, "If you care about your career or your life, you'll keep this between us." Holden nods, but he is plagued by guilt. What if Noah's accident has a direct connection to the secret he's concealing for Audra? What if someone loses their son as a result of his silence? As he pours himself a drink, his moral compass falters, and his reflection in the glass becomes hazy due to guilt. Holden may not have been responsible for the collision, but he has knowledge that might upend Audra's meticulously built world. The web of Audra. Ambitious, endearing, and merciless when pressed, Audra Charles has always played a risky game. She has established relationships that go well beyond Newman Media since her time in Los Angeles. Her brief romance with Noah had been passionate, powerful, and ultimately detrimental to herself. She made a promise to never let her emotions to get in the way of her goals again after Noah abandoned her. But the cosmos had other ideas, as it frequently does in Genoa City. Audra's manipulation empire is in danger of collapsing since Holden is maintaining her secret and Nikki Newman is doubting her skill. She was more affected by the news of Noah's accident than she realized. Her steely facade briefly slipped behind closed doors as she read the headlines. Newman heir hospitalized in Los Angeles car crash. Her shaking palms revealed what her mind would not acknowledge. She still cared. Was Audra involved in the collision? Or is she just another participant entangled in a more extensive web of lies? Holden's silence, and time will tell. Nikki's fear. Nikki Newman is standing by the window of the Newman Ranch, her reflection mingling with the storm clouds beyond. Even though she has a profound, grandmotherly sorrow in her chest. Her worries are not limited to Noah. She worries for Claire as well. Nikki feels uneasy about Claire's recent choices, including her trip to Los Angeles, her relationship with Holden, and her increasing independence. Nikki had supported Claire when she first joined Newman Media, helping her navigate the political maze of corporate ambition. However, Claire's decisions have been erratic lately. Nikki doesn't agree with her argument that she was in Los Angeles for fun. It all seems too familiar. The timing, the concealment, the way she sidesteps inquiries. Nikki is aware of what it's like to make snap decisions that can follow a person for the rest of their life. Nikki's instincts rarely let her down, despite her husband Victor's attempts to soothe her. Claire is too much like me, she murmurs. Inquisitive, fervent, careless when she finds herself in a tight spot. Additionally, Los Angeles has the power to transform people. She is unaware that Claire's choices, her relationship with Holden, and her closeness to the circumstances surrounding Noah's crash, may soon drag her into the most recent storm involving the Newman family. The crossroads of Claire. Claire looks out over the illuminated skyline from her hotel room in Los Angeles. She is caught between self-preservation and honesty, loyalty, and ambition. She continues to ignore Holden's calls. Feelings, secrets, and hazy boundaries have compounded what began as a friendship. She also becomes increasingly aware of how risky this relationship could become as she learns more about Holden and Audra's background. Nikki texts me, saying, "Call me when you can." Claire's stomach knots. We need to talk. She is not prepared to give an explanation for her continued presence in Los Angeles, or the reason behind her inquiries on Noah's mishap. She doesn't think the circumstances are random for whatever reason. Noah had been investigating the same Los Angeles business network that Holden and Audra had previously been a part of, according to a source she met at work. A link that might reveal all three of them. At this point, Claire must decide whether to tell Nikki the truth and jeopardize all of her hard work, or to preserve her secrets and hope that no one would figure them out. Lucas Adams's first role as Noah Newman. Finally, viewers are able to see more than just the bandages and equipment as Noah lies in his hospital bed. The performance of Lucas Adams gives the part an eerie fragility. The audience witnesses Noah's last moments prior to the collision in flashbacks and dream sequences, including the flashing lights, the abrupt blur, and the glimpse of the black SUV in the rearview mirror. What his conscious mind is unable to piece together, his subconscious attempts to. In a moving dream, Noah sees his parents, Nick and Sharon, beckoning to him from opposing sides of his hospital bed. However, in between them, a shadowy figure murmurs, "You shouldn't have come back to Los Angeles." This is a mysterious warning that foreshadows the impending storm. Sharon lets out a gasp when Noah's eyes briefly flutter open. "Noah?" She grips his hand and murmurs. He barely forms the word Sienna as his lips part. Sienna's link. The Newman family is rocked when Sienna is brought up. Nick and Sharon look at each other in disbelief. Tamara Braun portrays Sienna, an enigmatic character with connections to the music and art scenes in Los Angeles, as well as, it turns out, to Noah. Additionally, Holden and Audra both know her from their time spent in the city. Sienna was Noah's confidant, inspiration, and maybe the last person to see him prior to his collision. Their partnership was intense but volatile, with both emotional and artistic highs and lows. Sienna used to be Audra's adversary, both romantically and professionally, although she and Noah had a connection based on creative understanding. Their relationship was unstable due to her troubled past and dubious affiliations. Now that Noah is on the verge of death, it appears like Sienna will return to Genoa City. She will also bring mayhem along with answers when she gets there. Fragile hearts and family ties. Sharon considers the cyclical pattern of Genoa City life as she sits by Noah's side. Lying here, her son serves as a reminder of all the times she has battled to defend her family, from Adam's betrayals to Nick's heartaches to Faith's hardships. Her maternal instincts encourage her to hold on to hope. You're stronger than this, baby, she murmurs tenderly. You have too much of me and too much of your father. Nick clenches his fists as he stands at the window. Every possibility that could have occurred and every person who might have wished to harm Noah is racing through his head. Although he has experienced loss in the past, this feels different. This seems deliberate. Additionally, Nick Newman won't stop fighting for justice. He swears to find her as soon as he hears Noah whisper, Sienna. Finding the truth is more important than accusing her, at least not just yet. The quiet before the storm. Every character is on a precipice as the episode nears its conclusion. With their hearts linked to the steady beat of a heart monitor, Sharon and Nick wait. Holden considers the price of remaining silent, convincing herself that she is not the antagonist of this tale. Audra gazes into the mirror, praying for her family's safety. Nikki pours a glass of wine that she refuses to drink. Alone in her hotel room, Claire looks out at the city below, questioning whether she has already gone too far. And somewhere in Los Angeles, Sienna shuts a leather journal that is packed with drawings of Noah, including his dreams, paintings, and smiles. She whispers, "I didn't mean for this to happen," as a single tear falls onto the page. Considering the future, a week of disclosures and emotional turmoil is set up in the November 4th episode. Will Noah remember everything from the night of his crash when he wakes up? Will the bond that once made Sharon and Nick the golden couple of Genoa City be rekindled by their shared grief? Will Holden's remorse force him to come clean, or can he live with the secret he's hiding for Audra? And when Sienna returns to Noah's life, what part will she play? In addition to ushering in a new era for the Newman family, Lucas Adams's arrival as Noah adds another level of intrigue to the young and the restless. As long-kept secrets start to come to light, fans can anticipate twists, confrontations, and poignant moments. Concluding remarks. The collision of emotion, intrigue, and consequence is what makes soap operas so successful, and this episode perfectly captures all three. With its nuanced characters, morally dubious choices, and constant reminder that no secret remains hidden in Genoa City, The Young and the Restless continues to demonstrate why it is still a daytime powerhouse. Viewers are reminded that family, despite all of its divisions and wounds, is still the most important thing in the world when Sharon and Nick sit next to their son's hospital bed. They are far from done with their most recent storm, regardless of whether Noah's waking brings peace or chaos.